Well. Good morning, West Ham fans. Happy Sunday. Weekend's almost over. How depressing. But what wasn't depressing, I thought, was yesterday. The game against Grasshoppers Zurich. I was, not going overboard, but we're going to win the league. No, not going overboard, but I thought there was some green shoots and some good things, some not good things, and some quite obvious things, I think. And so go back and check out my my 5 things we've learnt about the Grasshoppers game. I almost said Grasshoppers game. That's different as basketball. But yeah, no, I thought it was good. And obviously, this time next week we'd have already played Man United in New Jersey at the MetLife Centre as part of the Premier League Summer Series. So, yes, it's all starting to get a bit closer, isn't it? Closer than close. But could we be joined by some new faces by the time we play next? Well, midnight on Sunday, and it be so Sunday, late Saturday day evening. You know what I mean? Well, one name we are led to believe this is very close, if not possibly being announced today, if not tomorrow, would be KWP, Carl Walter-Peters, the 28-year-old former Southampton fullback. He agreed terms on Friday very, very quickly, in all honesty. Happened, was it Thursday? I can't remember. All days blend into one, to be honest. Very, very quickly. He was due to have his medical on Friday, so we'd agreed it on Thursday. But there was a slight delay in that, but we are led to believe, according to Fabrizio Romano, that the medical was completed yesterday with no hitches, and he signed a 3-year deal, and the announcement, all the media work will be done, and an announcement will be imminent. So he'll then go straight to Germany, a bit like what Diouf did, and go straight to Germany to meet up with the guys before heading out to the US of A for the summer series. Good signing, good squad player as well, I think. I don't think he's going to put up any trees, but I think he's what we need in terms of cover, particularly, as we said, for the AFCONs. And according to XWU employee, he took to Patreon yesterday to say that we are going with into 5th gear now in terms of getting more players through the door. Why it's taken 6 weeks, I don't know, but it's always the case with West Ham. One player we have been linked with, and is the Bayer Leverkusen midfielder Granit Xhaka, former Arsenal player. According to reports, West Ham are now battling Nottingham Forest in the race to sign him. The former Arsenal man looks set to be on the move ahead of the season, and also has attracted interest from the likes of Sunderland, Fulham, and Crystal Palace. Yeah, not for me. I mean, he's had a fantastic, since moving from Arsenal to Bayern Munich, he's had a fantastic time. Obviously, he won the Bundesliga the 23-24 season. But no, not for me. We're trying to and again, for me, we're trying to reduce the squad size down, and we want energy. I just think we can plan for the future a bit better. But that being said, and again, we're under Brighton, in the Brighton model under Potter, yes, there was a lot of young players brought in, but he still brought in the likes of James Milner. He still brought in Danny Welbeck. But I don't think we need another player like him in that side. I think we could. For me, I don't know why the move for Raphael from Club Bruges has gone quiet. We were really heavily linked to him, apparently. We've got the Tyler Morton, Harvey Elliott deal. I just think Xhaka, no, thank you. I know beggars can't be choosers, but he'll be in the shirt tomorrow, won't he? But I mean, I've only seen a couple of sources, so I wouldn't read too much into it. In fact, as I said, now, as I always say, I'm not saying we're signing all of these players at all, because Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. I'm not saying I meant to press that one. Warning, warning. I'm not saying we're signing all these players. Quite the contrary. In fact, we are now, we have eclipsed the number of players we have been linked with already. And we've still got the best part of month and a week left, something like that. We're on 169 players. Woo, 169. Let's talk about something else, shall we? Let's talk about the London Stadium. Currently having athletics at the moment. That's how it looks like that at the moment. But according to the Daily Mail, it reveals an exclusive that West Ham are locked in another row with the stadium landlords, this time over the cost of staging Women's Super League matches at the London Stadium. Fresh tensions have erupted between the club and the London Stadium landlords due to this dispute. Now, the West Ham women playing at London Stadium is always something which, we haven't had since. So we've played one match there. I think it's 2019. I think we lost to Spurs. I remember doing the DJing for that. And we haven't used that ground since. And it's become a real source of friction amongst, elements of the fan base, and particularly, obviously, from the WSL. West Ham were the only side in the 12 teams in the WSL last year to not play a single game at their home ground, at their sort of name club's home ground, so to speak. The corresponding men's team, that'd be easier. Obviously, we've been using Dagenham Redbridge at Victoria Park. I wonder how that arrangement will happen. Obviously, they've been now taken over by a new consortium. But according to the Mail Sport, it can reveal efforts to correct the situation have been led to a fraught standoff between the stadium operators and the club, with both sides currently unable to agree a hiring fee. And it's one of the reasons why we haven't had Aaron Cresswell in a testimonial and people like that. Antonio, yeah, I think so. Because we don't own the stadium, basically as part of the agreement with London Stadium, we hire it for a number of days. And from first-hand experience, as soon as that last game's over with, we then take all our equipment out. It's a bit like when you finish uni and you come out your dorms and you take all your TV. That's basically what we had to do. And that, so that after the Forest game, yeah, I think so. We then basically have to pack it up. And that's why, the Betway, or well, the Betway Cup, now the Ball Sport Cup is quite good because we have to put it all back in so we can test it all. So that sort of Ball Sport Cup, that pre-season, allows us to do that, which is quite good. But because of that, any additional games cost a considerable amount of money. Now, London Stadium spokesman has said London Stadium has always been positive about welcoming women's football to the venue. However, as with every other one of the capital's football clubs, we cannot ask taxpayers to subsidise the cost of West Ham putting on these matches. London Stadium has made a very good offer to West Ham to stage women's matches at the stadium, but so far has not been accepted. It understands that, Mail Sport understands that Baroness Brady was asked directly about the occasional fixture in more prominent grounds in a letter from the club's female players in the summer 2023. The club has been pushing to stage game at London Stadium, but described the landlord's demands as excessive and out of proportion to the six-figure fees attached to hosting Premier League matches. In essence, I think it's something like I'm just picking a number out of that. I think it's about 150 grand, 200 grand or something like that for additional games. Which when obviously we had I've got, can't remember how many games it is, but it's like the 23 or 25 games or something like that. And that includes cup competitions, and particularly Europe. Europe costs us not a lot of money, but costs us obviously more money because we were playing more games. And each of them, I think it's a couple of $100 grand to hire the ground and basically pay for all the stewards and stuff like that, which is obviously all part of the agreement already. Securing another women's game at London Stadium is a key priority for West Ham. One the club has been working on tirelessly for some time. That can only happen in time with a dual commitment to growth and sustainability. West Ham strive for parity between men and women's. However, wherever possible, the barrier to progress is the excessive charges E20 are demanding to host West Ham women. It's significantly more than the comparative costs to stage men's matches. The club remain hopeful of reaching a way forward. So, bit of a standoff there. And again, the reason a real negative of not owning your ground is you can't basically have games. Look at Everton. Everton haven't knocked down Goodison Park. That is being given to the Everton women to use at their stadium. So they use it there for the WSL game. So Dagenham Redbridge. To be honest, it does. 6,000 capacity at Dagenham Redbridge, and obviously the club use it as well for the Premier League invitational matches for the under-23s. And so it's a ground which is nice ground, for that capacity. It's about right, I think. But it's a shame we haven't had one game there in the last 5 seasons, something like that. Because it's a showcase event. It's a way to get people involved, a way to get kids involved, get young girls involved in terms of going to see football at London Stadium. The dads, it's a bit great. I'd love to take Flo along to something like that at London Stadium. It's different than seeing the men's game, particularly for the kids. It's less intimidating as well because it's 60,000 people. There's a lot of fucking people there. With the women's, you tend to open one or two stands. Although I think we had a fair. I think we had the whole lower tier for the Spurs game, and obviously we lost that game, but still, yeah, just another one. They're too busy putting fucking solar panels in the roof, which we'll see soon. Which will take something like 30 years to pay back or something like that. I don't know, in terms of taxpayers' money. Very strange. Anyway, that is my Russie not rumor roundup, but Russie news roundup. Sunday papers. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. I've had loads of new channel members and subscribers and stuff like that, and thank you so much. It really does help, and we don't take your patronage for granted at all. We will be having some really cool new stuff for the season, some really cool stuff, and working with some new suppliers and stuff to get you some really cool things at a really good discount as well. We hopefully in the next week, 2 weeks, we'll have another couple of X-Hammers on the channel. And go and watch. I did a My Hammers 11 with Liam Withnell, comedian, very very funny man, and really good chat. Go back and check that out. And until next time, my friends, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, and walk around with a fan today. Honestly, it's so muggy. It's awful, isn't it? It's rainy all the time. And I think rain and warm is the worst combo, isn't it? Cold and I think rain and warm is worse than cold and rain. I think. Let me know in the comments below. Terribly excited. Much love. Bye-bye.